Hi, I'm Keston Nibbler. I'm the writer-director of Green Woman and one of the writer-directors of Central Film. I read The Green Woman as an exploration of extreme isolation. I've experienced with isolation myself, and I've had quite a few people who have experienced extreme isolation. And I thought this was a great movie to explore how bad isolation can get when you're surrounded by a group of people. Actually, I was inspired by a mixture of films. Donnie Darko was one of the films that inspired me. I did enjoy that. There was a mixture of American Beauty with these Lost as well. I also found The Mechanic, I believe his name was. I can't remember the movie's name. That also inspired me as well. I'm a huge fan of Ridley Scott. I like the way he produces a lot of things on set. So instead of relying heavily on computer graphics, and the way stories go like that. I'm a big fan of his. I'm a bit of a fan of a few others, to be honest. But Ridley Scott is one of my major favourites. My process for creating The Green Woman was first I wanted to decide about a couple of stories I wanted to tell, so I wrote a quick 5-line of series of what the story would be. Then I created a elevated pitch to see if there was an idea that could be brought out of the story. And then from there I started doing character development and synopsis. Oh, filming was a lot of fun. I had an amazing team with one incredible cinematographer, one of the best assistant directors and producers you can have, let's be honest, and some great actors. Everybody on set was amazing, and I have to admit, I had time of my life, and I think everybody rose above and beyond. Oh, there are a lot of really good memories and stories from the film set. We had a couple of good ones. Dean is always entertaining as a person. Dean had a few times, he's a great actor, mad of a worker, but he doesn't always remember NASBox, which is really funny because I actually had to go up and find that word myself and hunt down that word myself, and then he occasionally had a few issues with it, so we had a few fun times trying to invent different names of technology, which just didn't work in the end. But other than that, it went pretty good. There were some pretty good stories like that. We had a good day on the set where we had no actors on, and we had to work with the weeds. And it was very funny being a director who got the Lord, give me actors when the weeds would not respond the way I wanted to. Like, you do not know how hard it is to get a good, believable response from a weed. The audition process was a 2-stage process. So we invited some people in first to see how they go, and then we brought them back in to do a bit of screen testing and see how they go with their green and things. It was a lot of fun. It was a process, of course, going through for the Green Woman, of course. It was going to be a bit once, so the green testing was fun. Romy was a whole different procedure, of course. That was going to be a lot more emotional, so we did a lot of testing for that one. And that's why Dean Kirkwright ended up standing out quite well. He had the ability to work with multiple different people. But the interview process was pretty good. Dean Kirkwright is a pleasure to work with. He's got a lot of good ideas. He's always come up with ideas, always wanting to see where he can go, always up for rehearsals, and willing to call you up at midnight to talk about an idea, or have you call him up at midnight to discuss an idea. Dean's wonderful to work with. Kristen Husband was enjoyable to work with. She's very flexible, so she was always willing to put in a little bit more eccentricity. She's very focused and dedicated, which I really did admire. Like, she was always very dedicated to the point of wanting to know what everything is. And I did admire the fact that she was very dedicated to a lot of the screenshots that we did as well. I did enjoy her process with her. Lauren Gregory is amazing to work with. She pulls things out of scenes that you didn't even know could be done. You'll be sitting there watching her work and you'll just be like, that's my writing? Wow. Lauren Gregory is amazing to work with. Well, there were a few things that come up, of course, in the indie industry, there isn't always a huge flow of my cash, which does slow down a few things, and unfortunately, there was a period in which my studios were no longer available. Well, I'm beginning to process on my next film, Row, and we'll have a new series of films that will be coming out shortly this, and the sequel to The Green Woman, which will be worked on after Row. Well, we hope you enjoy this movie. I hope you had a good time. And I'd like to thank you very much for enjoying this, and I'd like to hope that you'll come see Dan Meyer's next films.